Alright, that we do, folks. Your boy Marcus 1205 numbers after the name. A little Elden ring right here, man. A little tree sentinel. So this guy, like, when you first come out of it here, man, the game's really teaching you a lesson. It's letting you know that, like, hey, avoid this guy, come back to this guy, figure life out, and then return and try to, like, face this guy. But your boy's hard-headed, you know what I'm saying? Your boy's like, hey, man, I know I'm not supposed to beat this guy, but what if I do beat this guy? Now, there's one thing, like, you know, I remember in, like, Bloodborne, when you first get out to, like, Yarnum, you kind of, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but that first path, you can make a right and you run into some guy who's, like, really strong. But beatable, but, like, strong. But it's pretty much the game letting you know that, like, hey, this game's hard, you know, not everything should be done in order, figure things out, blah, 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 blah. And I always took that as, like, a little bit of a challenge of, like, alright, I'll beat this guy, watch this. And this guy did pretty much the same thing. I avoided him the first couple of times. I went past him. I got torment, you know, whatever. But I didn't have like another bonfire at the time or grace at the time, so I kept spawning back at this other one when I died. And I leveled up a couple times. I was like, man, I could beat this dude, man. I was like, it's gonna take a while. I'm not putting a lot of damage. I was like, but if I get him in a good rhythm, if I get him in a good loop over here, I could beat this guy. And as you'll see, we do a little bit of cheese in here, maybe, but it's not really my fault. I mean, this guy kicked my ass for a bunch of times. It ain't my fault I managed to figure out how to time it out and just nail him like this the whole time without him actually attacking me. So, definitely an awkward way to be tree sentinel guy. I'm sure it probably is patched even by this point. I mean, this was like pretty early on when the game came out, maybe like a week and a half after that I beat this. So maybe the skill technique over here doesn't work if you want to call it this. But I do enjoy that Tree Sentinel was my second boss and really the first one. That first guy was like an extra ultra like training kind of boss kind of guy. So I would recommend you avoid this guy and come back to him. That's pretty much I think what the game is trying to tell you. But if not, he can also just be the second boss you beat in Elden Ring.